Hi, my name is Vondell, and this is a Codemoji. And this is a Codemoji tutorial for You Teach Me. So first, you'd go to codemoji.com, and you'd see this on the toolbar of this website that says Codemoji. You'd go to sign up or log in. Then you'd go to your Google login. Then you'd go to I am a student, parent, or teacher. Go to teacher. Then you sign in with your Google. After you do that, you'll be on a dashboard. Now, this dashboard is like a menu. Have you ever heard of a menu? Well, a menu has all the different icons that you can go on. Well, this icon menu is called, has HTML, CSS, JavaScript, combo lessons, double JavaScript, snake gaming, and breakout gaming. All these are put into one. The combo lessons are HTML, CSS, JavaScript put into one. So first, you'd go to Learn to Code, and you'd see that there's a HTML and CSS and JavaScript and combo and all the ones I've just said. So you'd click on HTML. But before we're going to do that, we're going to go to My Projects. So in My Projects, there's Workshop Projects and Playground Projects. After you've done the HTML lesson, you'd go to My Projects to type in your own website. But we're not there yet. And then there's Settings. Now, if you're going to join a class, for example, the youteachme.com, you'd go to 4788, press the enter button, and you join. Now let's go to Learn Code. Go into HTML, and it'll take you to lesson 1. Now you're thinking, what is a HTML tag? Well, a HTML tag is a tag that you think of that it's a bread. So the top of the bread and the bottom of the bread. In this lesson, you use a traffic light to represent the HTML tag. You have to drag 2 traffic lights to the bottom and the top. To the bottom and the top, because that's like the bread of the sandwich. So you have the top layer and the bottom layer. Got it? So then you press got it, and you take the HTML tag, put at number 1, and put at number 10. Then press run code, and we'll say congratulations, you just programmed your first website. Then you go to the next lesson. Checkpoint. So when it says checkpoint, it says choose the emoji below that represents the HTML tag. So as you just done this is when you know when you need to know when to use the correct code. So HTML would be the traffic light, but then you don't know what the turtle and the rocket ship are. So you click this. This is why in Playground it's important to know what each emoji means, because in Playground you're not going to be typing these emojis, you're going to be typing them down by yourself. No emojis. So then what's next? There are head tag and title tags. These title tags must go between the head tags, because the head would be the heading and the title would be the title of your first web page. In this lesson you will use the bamboo and turtle to represent these head and turtle tags. You would have to use 2 traffic lights, 2 pandas, and 2 turtles. Although there are already 2 traffic lights, so in that case you have to use 2 pandas and 2 bamboos and 2 turtles. You have to put them inside, so as if they're toppings that you put in the bread. So press got it, go to head, put the head in, and you put a title. Now this title comes in 2 because it's a title. So then there's head. Now in every piece of code, there's a beginning and an end. So when you put the second bit of code, there's the end. Okay? Congratulations, you just added your head and tag to your first web page. Lesson body tags. What is a body tag? The body tag is tags as the bread in a web page sandwich. Every web page begins and ends with a body tag. So it's like the stoplight, where it begins and ends, but a body tag is in between. So it always has one, has another, but it's in between. In this lesson, you use the burger icon as a body tag between the stoplight emoji. Then you press got it. Then you go to body. Then you go to body. Put body at 6 because in 5 you'll put something else in there. Then you put another one at 8. Then you press run code. Then it'll be correct. You just added your body to your web page, which you need on every single web page. So as you can see, I forgot to mention, on the side is your code that you've added into this. HTML, head, title, but there's a forward slash in it. Now this forward slash means close. When you put the open bracket and a forward slash, that means you're closing something. So for example, HTML, then the HTML on the bottom. As I said, there's always a beginning and an end. So when you put the forward slash, it's going to be the end. Let's press next lesson. Now there are icons called H1 icons. These icons are the billboard of the web page. They take up more of the page than the other parts of the page. In this lesson, you use the H1 emoji, which is ice cream, as the most common blocks you use in your amazing website. Don't forget, H1 emoji under the burger emoji. You're on the way to becoming a programmer if you do this by order. So take the ice cream H1 that says open bracket H1 and do. Now, see, you've got 2 because this is the starting, this is the end. And I said, this is a heading because H1 stands for heading number 1. Press run code, view the code, and see you've got open bracket HTML, close bracket, open bracket head, as you can see, for example. Then it says check, but choose the emoji below that represents the body tag. So as we've gone through the ice cream, the traffic light, and the burger, we know that the ice cream, which we just did, means heading number 1. The traffic light means HTML. So the body tag has to be the burger, as we've learned. So we press the burger icon, we press submit, answer, and then we go to next lesson. Lesson 5, paragraph tags. The P tag, which means paragraph, stands for, is like the part that you speak. It's like the writing that you put on your website or in the bread, for example. These paragraphs come with spacing on top of the bottom, creating gap elements. In this lesson, you will use the paragraph or the newspaper icon as P from the emoji tag and bring it into the editor box, which is where you put your text or HTML. Bread. Do that. You put it in, and press run code, and then press free code. See, and the new code we just added is open bracket P close bracket close bracket. This is a paragraph, so it's one paragraph. Then open bracket slash, which means close, forward slash to be exact, P close bracket. In lesson 6, you learn to do span tags. A span tag acts just like a paragraph, except that multiple spans can be placed on the same line. Spans are useful for adding short text that gets nearer to another element. In this lesson, you will use span to your web page by dragging the span emoji from the box in the editor. So you take the span, which is like a script, you put it in. Then you just press run code and view code. block quote tags. Most good books are filled with quotes as per. So it's just like opening a book. It's the same in a web page. You're going to have your things that is going to be in there. It could be like a story or anything in there. So you have to make sure that you put this in your web page when you're coding it. You will use the book icon known as forward open bracket quote close bracket. Slot it in to the text HTML, and you just press run code. We just added open bracket block quote close bracket. This is a block quote. Open bracket / block quote close bracket. On lesson number 8, there will be something called strong tags. Sometimes you need to emphasize things and say it strongly, boldly. So in your web page, you will need some bold writing for it to stand out in your link when you use a link. Strong tags will make any text and all text within them bold. So making them bold means they're emphasizing the point, putting a point into it. In this lesson, you add the strong arm icon to your web page. Press got it. Use the strong tag. Put it in 6. Then you press run code. V code. We just added forward bracket. Open bracket strong close bracket. This is a section of strong bold text. This is a section of strong text, as it says. Choose the emoji below that represents that creates bold text like this. This one is not what you think it is, because the scroll is span. The muscle is bold when you give your bold writing. Quote is text. Like when you're speaking, when you're writing what this website is. So you'd actually press quote instead and press submit answer. Lesson 9, italic tags. Sometimes you need to say something special, like in a book or a movie. So why not italic? Italic will italicize and put within them. This lesson you use the I icon to put it in your sandwich of code or web page, and it shows up as the I icon. Then you press run code and press view code. So we have just added open bracket I close bracket. This is a section of italic text. Then we'll do the close one. The close. Lesson 10, image tag. Why don't you put pictures in your web page? It will make it look more grabbing, so people want to get into it and look at it, test out. This is what makes a good web page. Image tags can use to make cool pictures. For example, like animals, whatever you want, games, books, pick characters, if you have a picture of yourself, so you can use that. In this lesson, you add the picture icon, but you have to click it to pick your favorite animal. Press got it, drag the image icon, then when it's glowing, you can click it. So if you click it, it'll give you select dog, cat, tiger, monkey, horse. I'm going to pick the dog because I think it's probably my favourite. Pick that, press run code, and view code. Congratulations, correct. And look, it even shows a cute animal. So it says open bracket MIG screw close bracket images real dog PNG. So when it says real dog, it means that's like the typing code for your own picture when you put it in your website. Then we go to the next lesson. We are over halfway through this. Lesson 11 are tags. These tags are very critical and very important because when you want, like let's say there's somebody who's making a video on YouTube and they give a link to your website. You need to have a link to your website so someone can click that link and they can go onto the website. If there's no link on the website, it won't show up. Or you won't be able to do it, it'll just be an advert. Links can be part of the same website or part of another website. So if there's one website that might give your website a link, people can click that link to get more information on what they're looking for. And you'll switch to a completely different site. In this lesson, you will add the link, which is like a paperclip, into this HTML text. So you take this, and it's glowing again. So that means you have to do it. So this is a link. There's two of it. So there's a closing of this, as per, and every time I'd click the house. I would click the house icon because I think it looks cool as well. You press run code, new code, and we've just added the link. Then there's a link to it. Well, really, if you want to trick the link, you could. Now, in this audio tag, if you want, you can put music in it. I'd suggest, if you're making a game, putting music in that game is a great idea. So life is better with music. You can add some music to your audio tag. You can play the music from the audio tag if with the code that you've put in works. So if they press the correct code, they can play some music to listen to. You'll use the earpods or earphones or whatever you want to call them, they call them nowadays, and the music signs as that's shown. You press got it. Then, as you can see, it's not there. So what you'd have to do is, on your mouse, you'd have to scroll down. So on the wheel roller, you have to scroll down, and you'd get the audio. Put in number 6. Now, as you can realise, we've put most blocks in number 6, but this is just for when you do playground. You can put them in whatever order you want them in to be, but they have to be in chronological order. So you'd have to put 1 in one order, but the rest of what you're doing, you have to make what you're doing in chronological order. If it's just this there, well, like let's say head tag at 2, and then head tag at HTML tag after HTML tag, it doesn't really make that much sense on the same line as it. So that's why you have to put it in chronological order, step by step, block by block. So you guys that. You put it in there. It's glowing again, so you have to click it. Then you go to pick whatever music you want. I picked the Ghost of God I Like It Best. Press run code. Press V code. And then music will pop up. Then there'll be the audio code, which you have to use to create your music. Go to the next lesson. Video tag. When you go to the movies or watch something, there's always a video, because it is a video. So, in your website, if you want, you can put a video. Videos fit perfectly with the music. So you can just press next. Then you can go to YouTube videos can be added by sites as well, like a link using a video tag. So if there's a YouTube video in your website, you can put a link to it, and if someone presses it, they can go to the YouTube video. Simple. Press next. In this lesson, you'll use the popcorn, dragging it into the HTML text. Press got it. Once again, you scroll down. You scroll down, and you take the popcorn slide it in. It's glowing, so you take a picture of it. You pick one. I'm just picking the nose for banter, or whatever you want to call it, and for fun, maybe. And you've completed it. V1 code. And then it'll give you your picture or your video that you'll make. In lesson 4, you make a map tag. There's a location and everything. So in your website, there will be a location for it, as stated. Go to next. Map tags are used in Google Map. They map you for where you are, where you're going to, and how long it will take you to get there. Same as the website. In this lesson, you will add the map image of the world, the paper, and add it into your HTML text. Go to map. Click it, hold it, take it to X. It's glowing. So as you know, if it's glowing, we have to go here. So I press England because I'm in England. Press correct. This is if you're making a website like this. So then it will show you where you are in Google Maps. See, this is the type of stuff that you could be doing in your own website, for example. But we're not done yet. Which of these emojis cannot be clicked to see anymore? So the image emoji is an emoji, like the pictures. When you take pictures, there's obviously going to be an image of it. So you're obviously allowed to see more options. Then on the map image, which we have just done, we can see more images. But the burger icon means the body icon, so it stays point. Whereas on these other ones, you can switch them. We can switch them up and make them different. You know, add your own twist to it, which is highly recommended. So you pick the burger. We've all had a heartbreak. This means that we can create separation and break between lines of text. So if you want to delete text or something, we can break it down by pressing the delete button or backspace, or whatever you like to call it nowadays. I like to call it the delete button. Break tags will add a vertical space between the elements on the web page. Anyway, in this lesson, you'll separate some elements on your web page by dragging the break tag from the emoji into the box editor, which is the HTML tag. But you'd have to use code. You'd have to take the span because there's writing, so you have to break the writing down, break it up. You have to take the span, which is the writing, and then after you do that, you have to break it with the break, and you do that, and then you press run code. If you get the code, you just broken 2 elements of the page. So the span, the gap between the span has been broken. That line no longer exists. The lesson div tags. Just like buses that have to come to complete the stop before starting up again. This div tag makes things in the body separate. Div tags in the section in a page which can be individual styled, so they can be styled up, mixed up and all that stuff. So you can put div tags between everything, but it has to be between the body. So the body tag we know is the burger. So you can put the div tags wherever you want in the spaces between the burger, but not where there are other stuff. So as you can see, there are 2 spans. There's spans. So you would have to get the div tag and put it here. But you'd have to put more in because see, if you do that, it says that that's incorrect. You have to make 4 div emojis to the text and stuff. So that's obviously not enough. You have to add another one, that's 3. That's another one, that's 4. Add that, press run code, it's correct. We just added 2 divs. Lesson 17. List tags. List tags are always great to add some order to something. You can add a list of things to see or a list of things to do so they can click it and they go to that thing on your website. for example, a game, if there's a link to the game, that's why links are so important. Because when there's listing something, or music or all that stuff, the link will take you straight there. Let's go to next. List will separate text by using bullet points to organize them during the elements. This lesson you will use the tick icon in the green box as that. Use the icon. But wait, we've added 2. So as you can see, there's always a shadowy emoji, so you know what to do. So it says you put the pencil writing. This is a list item, so that's what you're listing. This is what you're listing, and you have to put the list icon because you're listing it. Press 1 code. Congratulations, new code. And you press next lesson. Choose emoji that creates space between an element. So we know that the ice cream means heading 1. We know that the image photo or the camera means image. So let's go with the break. See if we're correct. And we're correct. Congratulations, you have completed. Now you'd have to go to playground. And playground, we can delete these, the traffic lights. You delete the traffic lights and put your own thing in there. So you won't drag it. No, you can look at what it says and put it in there. For example, type in open bracket HTML close bracket, and at the end you'll put open bracket /. It is critical to put / at the end of everything, because if you don't put / at the end of whatever you're doing, it will not read it and it will just keep on playing and it will never stop. But you'll need it to stop at one point. So when this button is clicked, or whatever you do in your website, and someone clicks on it, they want it to stop when they want it to stop. So that's why it's critical to you have to put the / in your closing. Then you put HTML close bracket, and then you've just made your bread and your sandwich. So now you can put your head in and all that stuff. I'll just put in the head. Close bracket, remember? I mean /. You put head. And in between there, you put your title. Title. And then you do that, and then you do open bracket, /, tie, and you do title, close bracket. So that's like an example of what you do. And then you put all your stuff in there. So that is Codemoji. Thank you for listening to this, and I hope this gave you a very good idea and guide of what HTML and what Codemoji and you teach me will teach you. Thank you. Bye bye.